Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I am freezing, like freezing. I have warm jammies on and a robe and hot coffee and I'm still cold. Mm. So, um, I was reading some messages this morning. I've sort of slacked off on reading messages. I've got like 400 and I was trying to go through as many as I could before the kids woke up. And I got one from a girl who's a freshman in college. Now, typically the typical Coffee Talk watcher is what I call a midlifer. So let's say 35 to 65, right? But we do have a strong millennial following and it's growing every day from, I would say, 18 to 25, you youngins. Anyway, when they write to me, it is so important that I speak to them because I'm trying to really be who I needed when I was younger. And when I was really defunct and needed somebody to help me, I was 18 to 25 making horrific mistakes. Anyway, she was explaining to me that she's in college and her best friend, somebody she was like best friends with since 6th grade, they went to different colleges. And at first, the first month they were there, they spoke every single day. They FaceTimed, like they needed to know what the other one was doing all the time. And she said, now I'm thinking about coming home for Thanksgiving. And I realized it's been weeks since we spoke. She said, we text more now than we call. I've made really good friends in college, people in my major, people that I have different things in common with. And she said, it's not contentious, but in some ways I still feel sad. And in other ways, I feel an odd relief. And I don't know what's happening. I want to explain something to you. As you grow in this life, so will your circle. That is just the way it is. If you are lucky enough to bring one or two friends from a significant early onset in your life forward with you, you have mastered something most people do not master. Not because they're not good friends, not because they don't know how to love, but because as you grow and change, so will your circle. Typically, we take people with us. I'm touching the screen right now because I cannot see anything. Typically, we take people with us as long as we need them, as long as they serve our growth and our journey. And then if we're lucky, the relationships are faded out and there's easy transitions into new friendships with people that will take us to the next level, take us where we need to go. Think of it like Super Mario Brothers, right? You do the first level with somebody, you jump up, you get the mushroom, you come down, all of that. And then it's a matter of like jumping up onto the flag, shimmying down and moving on to the next level. Well, if you could only do that by leaving somebody and giving it your best goodbye and taking the hand of somebody else, would you stay and stare at the flagpole forever, or would you eventually say, it's time for me to go? So I wrote her back and I explained to her that it is okay for her to embrace the new time in her life and the new friends in her life and allow them to pour into her so she can grow. She is exactly where she is meant to be, and she is on the path she is meant to walk. And the people that are surrounding her now are meant to hold her hand and get her to where she needs to be. And that is just the truth. I said, when you see your girlfriend at home for Thanksgiving, it'll probably be lovely. You'll catch up. It'll feel like no time has passed at all. And hopefully there will be no resentment on either side. Then you guys will go back to school. She'll fall back into her routine. You'll fall back into yours. And before you know it, it'll be Christmas and you guys will be home again doing the same thing. Should that not happen, should you come home for Thanksgiving and you realize she just doesn't make the time for you or whatever, know this. She has fulfilled her purpose in your life and it has been glorious. And you have done the same for her. It is losing people is not always a loss. Sometimes it is simply time for us to move on to the next level. When it hurts is when we're not ready to let go and somebody deceives us or betrays us or ends a relationship or friendship without our consent, and we feel slighted, and then we need closure, and we spend however much time staring back at an open door or a closed door, I should say, that they don't want to open for us again. That's when it hurts, but it is beautiful when the transition is seamless and you can look back and go, God, we had such good times together. Such good times together. And love them always for what they were in your life. Never be afraid to grow. Never be afraid to look at somebody that you loved once, that you had things in common with, and realize you don't really have things in common with anymore. And it is okay to say, I've got to make room in my life for people who are going to take me to the next level. Say that in your mind. And allow the transition to happen. Lean into it instead of resisting it. We're so afraid. We are like people hoarders. We are terrified of letting anyone go for a million different reasons, but sometimes it is the healthiest thing we can do. I love you guys so much today. For anybody that is hurting, for anybody that feels like they need extra love, please know that I am with you and that I am thinking about you and that I love you so much. And I am so grateful that you are here. Have a great day.